the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today. Previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything in between every Saturday, and interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I'm, of course, your host, Coca-Cola James, alongside the American Scooter Dust.
I've decided I'm going to be known as Pepsi Scooter Dust.
Now you're still in Pepsi Phil's gimmick.
Well, you know what? I proudly drink Pepsi, and I also kind of proudly snort Coke. So, Tony, remember, if you're hearing this, you're late on your payment.
Because
And
that's what
I'm
Tony
about
Khan
to
decided
break us
to do
up.
on his Monday morning. Hon, I love G. Willikers. I like those guys from Wrestling with Entertainment. I'm gonna watch an Andre the Giant Hulk Hogan match.
Well, that's why the oh crap, is this coming out after? Yeah, okay.
It's after Backlash.
Hey, so yeah, so that's. Do you think the Meltzer driver was actually kayfabe? It was gimmick because he owes me money for the cocaine. I will break a bitch's thumb, and then I will break Chad's. No, I won't. I won't really do anything to anybody.
And of course, the reason we are here, we are wrestling with Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan from WrestleMania 3. It took place March 29th, 1987. It took place in Pontiac, Michigan, in the Pontiac Silverdome. It's one of the most iconic matches of all time, and the reason we're watching it tonight is because Backlash 2 days ago was in France, and there's no more iconic wrestler from France than Andre the Giant, unless you want to count Rene Dupree.
Oh. Whoa. I am Andre, and we love wrestling with entertainment. God, I don't know why I went Yiddish there.
That was fucking terrible. Now, this is a watch along, so you're gonna wanna, you know what to do. Get out your Betamaxes, your VHSs, your DVDs, fire up the network, pull out your Peacock, Netflix and chill with us. Or more accurately, pull up YouTube, type in Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania 3, it should show up. If not, there's a link to the match in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox. Click the link, a new tab will appear. You can watch the match while you watch it with us, while listening to us. Go to 000 in the video, and when I say 3, 2, 1, on 1, press play. Are you ready?
You're watching the match, and we're watching while you're watching it with us.
In 3, 2, 1, and here we go.
The build up to this was absolutely incredible, because this is this is literally pre-Royal Rumble, and Andre had just come off the Princess Bride,
This was after Princess Bride?
It's 87, so it's the same. God, trying to remember when picking somebody big up and them falling was nearly the end of the match.
Yeah.
Now,
But it
the
was a
thing
good calling card to what it set a proper tone for the match of what we were going to
yes,
see.
and the thing you need to know about this, if you don't already, is that at this point in his career, Andre was in so much pain uh, from uh, from his acromegaly. Uh, he essentially is a shell of who he used to be in this match uh, prior to the one 3 years prior at Shea Stadium. And maybe we'll look at that in the near future as well, just for a little bit of comparison. But Andre was in so much pain, and there was Hogan didn't really know if Andre was actually going to work with him or shoot on him.
He was terrified.
Yes.
And, as big and strong as Hulk Hogan was, not nearly as big and strong as Literally a Giant.
I mean, acromegaly, it's literally the same thing the Big Show had, but they caught it early enough. And just, God, stepping on his back like that. This is the epitome of less is more.
Oh, yeah. Look at that selling from Hulk Hogan. Like, that is, like, you look at that shit and you like, damn.
And referee in there, Joey Marella, son of WWE Hall of Famer Gorilla Monsoon.
I did not know that.
Joey Marella was taken way too soon from the world due to a car accident.
Okay.
And that's actually why Gorilla Monsoon came back to be president in the mid-90s.
I know that Andre the Giant had to lose a lot of weight, or Vince McMahon wanted him to lose a lot of weight prior to this match, to get ready for this match. More or less to take weight off his back because he was having so many back issues.
The other main issue was his ankle. If you were able to see through that boot, you would see nothing but bruising and stitches.
Ouch. I kind of view this match as Andre the Giant's his retirement match, if I'm being honest, which is kind of bizarre to say considering like he wins the WWE Championship like a year later. But for him per se, it didn't really get bigger or better than this. This is kind of where it plateaued.
Yeah, and from this point, after this, yes, they had the mega bucks, but then, Andre was feuding with Jake Roberts. which was actually quite interesting to see.
He sold like a son of a bitch for Jake.
Yeah,
Like the sheer fear on his face, like he shook from the snake.
yeah,
like
yeah.
wow.
Unless Jake is telling you the story of how he sat on it. He sat. No, he was it the warrior that he sat on and kept farting on continuously,
That sounds like
like
an Andre thing.
Jake came back like 3 minutes later in the match, and Andre's still sitting there, and he's like, "I'm still farting." In the it's in one of the episodes of WWE Storytime.
When was the last time you saw a bear hug in the main event of WrestleMania?
When's the last time I saw a bear hug anything that wasn't a pot of honey? Yeah, this was like, and keep in mind, this is the Silverdome. This is Detroit.
93,000 strong.
And, you know, by any other, by current standards, people, fans would be so fickle about breaking this match down and, interpreting it as kind of lousy if you look at it from a fan of today's perspective.
The people that think Will Ospreay and Daniel Bryan is a
Yes.
6.5-star match.
Yes, and again, you have to keep the the time in your head when watching these. A bear hug was the ultimate hope spot back in the day.
Not to mention that nobody is nearly as large as Andre the Giant is. So you could only imagine him putting his arms around you and squeezing literally as tight as possible, how damaging that could actually be to one.
Just imagine him say, "I want to give you a hug, Hulk."
Yeah.
It's like, why you fight? I just give hug.
Why is he German now?
I don't know. I cannot, because if I do French, I'm going to be, snotty Inspector Clouseau French. Not under the. See, I can't do French.
French
with
Giant?
with a deeper accent.
Bonjour. Oh, oh.
Get out! Again, it goes
It's
back
weird.
to German. Yeah. Hogan with the shoulder blocks. Just the shoulder blocks. The most simplistic of moves. And one shot.
Boom.
I usually compare this to his match with Yokozuna at the 93 King of the Ring. That boot didn't get where it needed to be.
No, it was a botch, but,
He kicked him right in the Hulkamaniacs.
Yeah.
But, his last match, before WCW was against Yokozuna.
Yeah.
And I was able to count how many offensive moves Hogan got in. And the total was 6, and 4 of them were right hands.
That it might be worth watching that whole King of the Ring, because it's considered to be one of the worst pay-per-views of all time.
I started watching Raw from the very beginning. And I've been
That was the
going through.
safest bump so far.
Yeah, yeah, that back body drop, and I literally just got to. I just finished with King of the Ring '93.
If I'm not mistaken, Vince wasn't at that show.
Um,
Vince was at
it,
home. Why?
um,
I don't remember.
uh, it was Randy
Knocked him
Savage,
down.
Bobby the Brain Hand, and Andre going down, which is a huge a huge selling point for anybody that was allowed to do it.
Oh yeah.
And of course, hulking up.
You could say
You know,
you could say what you want about him. He was over like Rogan.
and
Here
boom!
we go.
Andre actually called that spot. And the atomic leg drop, 2, 3. A bit of a fast count there from Morella.
I might say it was on point, but maybe a little on the faster side.
You know, this is I think one of the most perfect matches to define this era of professional wrestling.
If the Rock and Wrestling started with Hogan and Mr. T versus Piper and Paul
Paul
Orndorff,
Orndorff,
this match is what turned pro wrestling into the phenomenon that we know it now.
Bob Uecker, who would actually be back the following year to take part.
Did Andre put his foot on his shoulder?
He choked him.
I know. It was a joke.
Like,
That was his joke.
What?
Yeah, Andre put his hand on Bob's shoulder and he said, "Get your foot off my shoulder."
that was classic vintage Bob Uecker.
He got in the Hall of Fame for it, so I'd say so.
Yeah. You know, I was watching the segment when Randy Savage was revealing Miss Elizabeth, and I never realized that in the early years, Bobby Heenan had a blonde afro. He looked like I guess Little Boy Blue. I've never met somebody with a blonde afro. Maybe Harley Race when he was starting out. I loved those mini transportation carts that looked like part of the ring.
They look like it seemed like WWE could have used them nowadays, considering the walkway to WrestleMania now is just like ridiculous.
Yeah, but nobody thankfully needs them now.
Oh, that's true.
But I mean, essentially, they're golf carts with part of a wrestling ring on the back.
I mean, it's just a cool aesthetic. It's not necessarily
Yes.
I need to.
Yes, and
this.
they
actually
did.
went up, like they ascended. So you could absolutely, like, if you wasn't like on the floor, you can't see them, coming out. If the platform is rose, then you were gonna get a perfect fucking shot of that person.
Didn't they bring them back a number of years ago, just for the like a Legends Night or something? I remember them being used at some point in the last 10 years.
I don't remember that. I love how, it was like the world was ending when he was in the actual match, but after the match, he's dancing, he's doing,
Well,
he's pulling the gimmick.
it's
Gotta pose, brother.
see, 'cause that's the thing about '80s and wrestling. Most of the matches really were looked at as in terms of being their own individual movie. You had the scene building up. You had the climax. The audience was scared. The hero wasn't going to triumph, and the bad guy was going to take over, but no, good triumphs over evil. You could feel safe about about the world now, since your hero has so valiantly fought for you to keep you safe. That is basic storytelling at its simplest, and it's absolutely incredible because, again, less is more.
Actually enjoyed that a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, there's a reason. From '84 to '92 is my favorite era of wrestling. Something about the rock and wrestling era and the colorfulness of it. This was before I truly understood the talent a wrestler needed.
Oh yeah. It's a lot different when you have this perspective of a kid,
Yeah.
rather than an adult.
This is why I go back to the old stuff, just so I can watch it from literally not exactly a fresh pair of eyes, but a new perspective. Like, oh my God, I can't believe he didn't bump for that, or he didn't sell that. It's. But at the same time, I see this match, and I remember one essential thing. I love pro wrestling.
And that will conclude our watch along for tonight. Thank you for watching with us. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, but on YouTube and Castbox. This was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us this upcoming Tuesday and Wednesday as we interview T. Gaines on Tuesday and Reed Matthews on the 8th. You can follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on X, Thread, and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ993. Where can we find Scooter?
As always, find me on X at Scooter Dust. And wouldn't you know it, someone has finally solved the profile picture contest. The picture on my X profile was, in fact, my anus-covered sphincter. You're welcome!
For Coleco Yachts and Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with
Oh, shit.
Entertainment.
Oh, I realized what I just said. My anus-covered sphincter. Do not let that go.
Oh, I'm not done recording.
Oh, God damn it.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.